My name is George Bush. I'm a docent here at the museum. I've been in the business for my whole life. My grandfather was a plate maker, and my dad and myself, and still doing it today. And I docent down here. I knew the original owner of the museum when he was collecting the pieces in his warehouse and then eventually put it into a museum. I've seen it, and it's been a whirlwind. I didn't think I would have to relearn my craft after I just had thought I was finally getting it and was moving on, and then all of a sudden the computers came in, and it was a ride after that. But we've managed. I worked with other people who were in the computer, didn't have the knowledge and personal knowledge of the business, and I had the old way, and they were doing the new way, but there was a little blockage there, and we worked together and helped each other out, and I would show them how I would have done it the old way, and they took the new way and worked it. So it was a good learning tool for both. I learned the computer way, and they learned the old way, which was the same, but a different tool. It could be, could be used today. There are people using letterpress type machinery now to do posters and that type of thing. So and it has a different feel and texture. You get the impression. In litho presses, you never get impression. They just transfer the ink onto the paper. It's a soft touch. Where this is a very aggressive, we can make it hit it harder than we should to get the impression, and people want that. There's an uptick of that in high-end invitations and things like that, and people want to feel the tactile feel of the paper with the impression. It used to be impression was bad. You wanted to put the ink on the paper, that's all you really wanted to do because you didn't want to damage the backside. Now it's become, they'll hit it with the impression and they'll laminate that onto another sheet of paper so they have a nice clean back, but they're doing it for high-end invitations and things like that.
I just know it as a 40-inch Heidelberg cylinder from 1905. It's got a place in the museum now that we're very fond of. It's unique. It's really our biggest and most exciting press when we have it running and our visitors are here. There's nobody who goes by and does not stop and look at its size, its mechanical features, its print quality when we have it set up and running. We've had other cylinder machines on and off the floor, but this one, because of its uniqueness in operation, since we're hand cranking it rather than running it from belt, it gets people involved and they're very happy to do it, and they realize that print is not just a simple push a button on a print machine. It takes a lot of effort and skill. I find exciting about all of our different presses is that if you don't have that operator whose eyes and ears are paying attention to the press, they're watching the image, they're listening to the mechanisms, and can be there to make the press adjust the right way before you get into any quality issues, that part of printing is amazing to me.
Probably two. One to operate and do the printing, and one would be handling the paper product at the end, keeping it fresh supply at the top, and making sure they all jog up on the feed or the delivery table. So it would really take two people, at least two people, to do it.
Well, as presses grew in size, so the one thing, yes, the size was the resolution. To get up to 40 inches to handle a sheet that large and have the print quality from one end to the other was a superb factor of the quality of the Heidelberg press. And they didn't change. Once you got your press set up and balanced, you knew on these kinds of machines that it would give you that print quality. And many times it had enough roller content, the variation of the roller designs, the ink train, that would allow it to carry more ink or more delicate ink formations for printing halftones or photographs or engravings, where the adjustments, once you set them on these machines, especially the Heidelbergs, they were always a very tight production tool. And I think that's what makes it an outstanding product back then and still today, that if you're going to go look for this name, you're going to invest in this machine, you're investing in quality. It's going to sell your company's services because of that feature. As the owner operator, you're going to say, I'm going to print the best. Now, there are other machines that will say print the best, and then they do. There are machines that are excellent print quality. For the 45 years I've been in the print field, this machine was always the top realm. Yeah, the competitive average of quality, speed, uptime and reliability, the versatility of the machine. It just wasn't locked in doing one specialty. Because of the design and the adjustment capacity, it would give you that competitive advantage to print faster, stronger, more delicate types of print production, not only halftones, but photographs, solids, on paper variations, because it all is designed to handle that sheet of paper in a very simple but efficient way. This would be more of a book press. It wouldn't be for job shop work, it would be for books or very large posters. Even though the design doesn't lend itself to many posters, you could make a design that fits it properly. Because you're looking at heavy ink coverage and a heavy the ability to ink a form successfully time and time again. That's one of the features of the Heidelberg presses, is their ink systems are just designed so well to keep the image quality high, to give the pressman the tools they need to make the adjustments, and then the press just holds them. And that's one of the features that if you're going to buy it, you're going to get quality from the beginning to the end.
Just the weight and the bulk of it. You know, it's built like a train car, like a locomotive. It's tracks and wheels and gears, and just amazing.
I guess the thing that comes to mind is operator ability. There are certain ways that you can set up machineries where the operator is not running around from one place to another. They're comfortable with the operation, they're comfortable with their machines. The windmill machine, we haven't featured it, but it had a great operating console, a cockpit where you just had all your controls right there. You didn't have to think. Modern machines are that way too. You are pressing buttons on terminals, you're pressing buttons on screens, and if they've designed the software properly, the analogy is, okay, I can troubleshoot it and come down to my adjustment very quickly, which is operator input, rather than just letting the machine run it. Olden days, you had operators that knew what to do. Nowadays, the machines, the sensors, the scanners, all are controlling many features, but the operator still has to look at that sheet. They have to make a decision, is that correct? And at that point, they can save them. If not, they're producing work that's not acceptable.
That's the best part about the museum is people come in, most people don't have a clue of the printing industry, and we give them that little bit of knowledge, and they just are amazed at how it all came about and happened. And it's still that way today. We're unknown craft. Everything you touch is printed. In the market, every package, everything, but it's taken for granted.